A spec warrior. One who gives a That's me. Whether I'm prowling and growling or going full Faulkner with lots of sound and fury, you count on this. I get the job done. Today, that means flying under the radar, even in North Korea.
This is Rogue Warrior, a 2009 game developed by Rebellion and published by Bethesda Softworks for PC, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. A game that is heavily criticized for its lackluster excuse of a story, inconsistent AI, and gaming mechanics, plus subpar graphics. Ultimately, a game that shouldn't have been a game but more of a C-rated action movie at the bottom of some bargain bin somewhere. That's at least the public opinion. I thought to myself, is it really that bad? Hi, I'm SaltyKal, and let's find out.
After all the billions we dumped into that goddamn Star Wars program, who the hell would have thought that the fucking commies would beat us to the punch? Hey man, the only thing capable of taking down the defense in time is me.
The story takes us back in time before even I was born, in Cold War era of 1986. You play as Richard Demo Dick Marcinko, a Navy SEAL with a task for reconnaissance in North Korea for a possible new ballistic missile program, which turns out is actually a USSR program with the aim of creating a nuclear defense system neutralizing any possible missiles against USSR, therefore giving them an advantage in a possible nuclear war. Without going into specific details, your objective is to simply cause as much havoc as you can and destroy all and any missiles you come across and trash that said defense program. The way the story is being carried out in the game and based off what the main character does really makes me imagine a grandfather with his grandson on his lap telling him war stories for when he was young and how he single-handedly averted a nuclear war crisis, shooting with 2 machine guns in each hand 1,000 bad guys in a single afternoon, and afterwards the president invited him for a beer in the White House. Only for the parents later to tell you, your granddad, he was an army reserve. He guarded once a warehouse with ammo stockpiles for a week. He's not even allowed to have a weapon. The main character here, Marcinko, is based off a real-life person with the same name. After some research on my end, here is what I found. Richard Marcinko is a real Navy SEAL. In fact, the founder of the widely known Navy SEAL Team 6 back in 1980. Supposedly, what you see in game is actually a recreation or an almost one-on-one replica retell of real operation he had, all described in one of his books, specifically The Rogue Warrior, of the same name as the game, book that it's written in 1992. Although, supposedly, Richard Marcinko is the real deal and not a fraud, unlike another popular person of the 80s. Anyone remember Frank Dukes and a little movie, what was it called? Bloodsport? Share with me in the comments if you remember. Marcinko, even though he has proven that he is not a fraud, he had a little bit of a, how should we say it? He likes to exaggerate his stories in his books. Well, by looking at the game, I can firmly, without even reading the book, say if we needed a visualization of what the books are about, then the game must be a spot on. Even in the first minute after you start the game, you start as Team of 3, headed by Marcinko. Who are they? Why does he have this on his head? Why does the other guy look like a Wish.com McTavish? They die in the stupidest way possible, completely on the contrary of what Marcinko said about them.
I trained these men up through the SEAL program. They've saved my ugly ass more than once. They're dirtbags and hard motherfuckers. And when I'm staring death in the face, it's them I want watching my 6.
Picture this. You take down soldiers quietly, checking in the bodies, and then you see this. Now tell me, without you being a SEAL of any kind, not even this kind, what will be the first thing you would do? those of you who said run, congrats! It's confirmed that you have at least 2 brain cells more than those 2 put together. What did Wish.com do? In any case, you sabotage, you knife kill by the dozen, blow shit up left and right, bad guys, dead, happy, end. I know for €5 I shouldn't set my expectations above low, but
It's a total goat fuck.
the story doesn't even have a bad guy, a villain. The only good thing was listening to Mickey Rourke, who voices Marcinko. The script he had to read comprised of 90% F-bombs, balls and dicks references. If he is asked if he did this voiceover just for the paycheck, I'm telling you, I won't be even mad at him. If I found Bulletstorm to be annoying at times with its constant cursing, well, here, the cursing is Tourette's level. I don't mind cursing and swearing. Hell, I do it too. Who do you think I am, a Jehovah's Witness?
Big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is...
Total goat fuck.
But at least make it make sense or use it as a nuance. Here is pretty much every 10 seconds.
For assholes like they're dirtbags, hard motherfuckers. It's a total goat fuck. Fuck no. Lights out, motherfucker. Goddamn shitholes. Rock and roll, motherfuckers, rock and roll. Drop dead, motherfucker, you fucking amateurs. Bring the noise, bitch. Might as well have a bullseye on my ass. Goddamn cock breath coming, motherfuckers. Oh, fuckers. Fuck this goddamn shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Do you understand? I had to actually Google what the story was about because every time I tried to think of ways to describe the story, all I remember was
rock and roll, motherfuckers, rock and roll.
In the end, story 2 out of 10.
Shit. You reading me, Admiral?
Marcinko, God damn it, where the hell have you been?
I've located the Soviet missile silo. Matter of fact, I'm standing in the control center.
I don't care if you found the Virgin Mary doing a goddamn handstand. You disobeyed a direct order. I am gonna court-martial your ass.
Rogue Warrior is a first-person shooter with some cover-based shooter mechanics. You've got the standard, quite limited number of weapons in-game, like the MP5, the AK-47, the silenced USP, and pretty much any of the other weapons just don't matter. This game has a hard time trying to decide what kind of knockoff it wants to be, a Splinter Cell one or a Rambo one. As much as you try to play it stealthy, inevitably you will be seen, alerting that way all enemies for the rest of the level. If you ever watched an old 80s action movie where the main character shoots from the hip almost the whole magazine, killing people, you've got absolutely pretty much the same energy here. Almost every kill feels like luck, and not in a good way. Enemies are unironically dumb as hell. Only tactic they have is hide behind cover, and after exact amount of time, pop out, shoot, hide again, pop out again. So most of the time I just had to stay there patiently waiting for them to pop their little heads to kill them. They don't try to surround you or flank you. It's absolutely the basic of basic AI. Moving behind cover, and it's like they have X-ray vision and see where you are, even behind cover, so there's no chance for you to surprise them once they are alerted. Even headshots are inconsistent. Sometimes one hit, they're dead. Sometimes the head needs to take half a pistol magazine in order for them to die, very often ruining your stealth run for the mission. In fact, you can skip the whole stealth part really. There's no penalty for going loud. No ratings at the end to worry about at the end of the mission or whatever. The only good thing, and entertaining one at that, I can mention, is actually the takedown kills. They work both in stealth and on full alert. They work when you're behind the enemy and in front of them. At least thank God for that. Missions are pretty much follow the radar to your next point, kill anything that moves and it's not you. Most of those missions have you blow something with a C4, which just look at it. Just by looking at it as a size, I ask myself, where exactly did you get that from? This is not pocket sized. This is backpack sized. And last I checked, you don't have a backpack. In other words, the less you think, the better. Movement is clunky, unnatural, very dated, even for a 2009 standards. This here, what you see, is my recording of my playthrough. Can you do the math? You wonder what I mean. What you see here is my whole playthrough of Rogue Warrior, from beginning to end. Yes, less than 2 hours. And this even includes the infamous Mickey Rourke as Richard Marcinko Rogue Warrior rap song at the end of the credits. I finished the game in one sitting. The moment the credits started to roll, believe it or not, my brain just shat itself. I didn't know if I was confused that it's over or actually relieved that it's over. After further investigating, I found that originally the game was supposed to be developed by Zombie Studios, but Bethesda wasn't happy, so it took the game and gave it to Rebellion instead. What happened afterwards was pretty much almost the whole game being scrapped and rebooted late in development. Massively scaled back too. Remember those dickheads in the beginning? Yeah, they actually, I guess, were supposed to survive this. Since the original game was supposed to be more realistic of a military shooter, and with an incorporated form of squad commanding, or at least squad-based gameplay. It's in the name, squad, which means more than one person. Those things? Yeah, I guess, fuck that. 10 levels in total, loosely based, but enough to not feel too random. Gameplay? 3 out of 10.
Feels like Christmas.
In short, the game is dated. Like game graphics from early 2000s and slapped a moving mouthful when talking. Level designs are linear, where basically the game holds you by the hand in order not to get lost. No reason for exploration, no collectibles, literally nothing. Repeating assets and overall basic and boring levels. Sound design of the weapons? Basic. No punch. No real impact from shooting the enemy. Clunky physics, basic ragdoll. A few number of variations of enemies, so I guess a lot of twins and triplets in USSR and North Korea. In terms of performance on the account, this being a 2009 game, I had dips in the single digits at times. On open spaces, very often the 60 frame rate gets halved, and that's the best case scenario. Call me a prude, but with my PC specs and being 2025, this is unacceptable. Clearly not properly optimized. In the beginning, I had the stutter every 2 seconds, which was fixed with an extra DLL file I had to get. After that was fixed, I was having random black screen flashes and even minimized the game at times. Again, this is fixed with additional files you need to get in your folder. 2-hour game is a glorified demo, not a full-fledged game. Every level you always start with your silenced USP and the MP5. Weapons from previous levels you don't carry over. Even long after you have replaced the MP5 with an AK, for example, later in the level, you're still shown with the MP5 in the cutscene. There's literally nothing to impress here, a bare minimum. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never really truly understood the thing about FOV or field of view that some people complain in games, but here, oh boy, I think I get it now. The FOV is so close, when I aim down the sights, pretty much more than half of my screen is fucking gone, and I can't see shit. That's why I am most of the time forced to hip fire, because at least then I can tell and see where the fuck I'm shooting at. No need to ask, there's no way to adjust it. Presentation, 3 out of 10.
Admiral, the missile program isn't Korean. It's fucking Soviet.
Jesus Christ. They kept it in their neighbor's yard to keep it off our radar.
Looks like it. Hold on, I got company.
Okay!
I've got the destination point for the missiles. I'm going after them.
Negative. They get wind of you, and the Cold War gets a lot hotter.
I'm feeling the heat already.
I mean it, Dick. No bullshit. You wrap this thing now, or I will nail your ass to the wall call for insubordination.
Say it again, boss. You're breaking up.
Did Rogue Warrior deserve its fate? Abso-fucking-lutely. In my quest for unearthing underappreciated and underrated gems, I found nothing that redeems Rogue Warrior. The story is stupid, the gameplay is lackluster, graphics and sound are bare minimum. At this point, I feel as if I'm beating a dead horse. It's not even fun. Even its current price tag on Steam for €5 for what I got, it's an absolute rip-off. Final verdict, 2 out of 10. This game is only for the morbidly curious to see what a bare minimum of a game and below looks like. Even if you get this game for free, ask for a refund. I know I can't anymore. Because I forgot myself in the menu because God forbid I needed to use the fucking bathroom. This is SaltyKal, and thanks for watching.
I'm gonna show 'em what time it is. Good spot to bring the noise. Ah! You morons will love this. Hope you assholes like fireworks. Oh! But the commies keep getting in my way. No surprise, motherfuckers.
Happy fucking birthday.
That's right, Natty, now you sweet piece of shit. Enjoy the ride, cocksucker. Have a nice trip. Boom time, baby. Trick or treat, looks like a party. Come on, I got